Social media marketing is broken, and if you are still posting content the same way you did in 2023, you are probably wondering why your engagement keeps dropping and your followers never turn into customers. I have worked with dozens of B2B companies on their social strategy as well, and right now the gap between vanity metrics and actual business results has never been wider. Here is what's actually working today. Right now, most companies are doing the exact same thing on platforms like LinkedIn and YouTube. On LinkedIn, founders are posting daily motivational texts, recycled carousel templates, and surface level tips, hoping the algorithm rewards consistency. On YouTube, they are uploading generic how-to videos optimized for views, not buyers, chasing reach instead of relevance. The content looks active, the metrics look busy, but when you ask where the revenue came from, there is silence. No booked meetings, no qualified conversations, just likes from peers and comments from people who were never going to buy in the first place. That is the pattern I keep seeing across B2B teams. A lot of motion, a lot of posting, and almost no measurable impact on pipeline. So before I tell you why social media has changed and what to do about it, let me share what happened when we completely rethought how social content works. Instead of chasing likes and followers, we built a conversion-focused content system, and the results were significantly better with real pipeline generation and actual revenue attribution. Now, a few years back, the model was straightforward. You would post regularly, build an audience, engage with comments, and eventually some of those followers would become customers. Growing your following felt like progress, but today's market is different. Organic reach has been decimated by algorithms. Everyone's posting constantly, and companies are discovering that 10,000 followers mean nothing if none of them ever buy. If your social media feels like a vanity exercise that doesn't impact revenue, that is why. Here is the thing about social media marketing. It's not that it doesn't work at all anymore. It still works, but it doesn't work the same way, and it definitely doesn't work if you are optimizing for the wrong metrics. The old approach was pretty simple. Create content, build followers, increase engagement, hope some of them convert. Simple. What has changed is that social platforms have become pay-to-play distribution channels, and organic reach for business content is basically dead. Most companies are posting every single day and getting almost no meaningful results. They have thousands of followers but can't point to a single deal that came from social. Their content gets some likes, maybe a few comments, but nothing moves down the funnel. Sound familiar? The core issue is this. You are treating social media like a broadcasting channel when it's actually a relation building tool. You are posting content into the void and hoping the algorithm picks it up instead of using social strategically to connect with specific people who actually matter to your business. There is no clear path from like my post to book a meeting, and that creates a gap that more posting frequently cannot bridge. But here is what's interesting. That same content strategy might work really well if you completely change who you are creating it for. The content itself isn't always the problem. Your audience targeting and distribution strategy are the problem. So the real question is, how do you use social media to actually generate business results, not just engagement metrics? One approach that is working really well is flipping the entire model. Instead of creating content to attract a broad audience, you identify your exact target accounts and specific decision makers first. Then create content specifically designed to resonate with those people. This is social media used as account-based marketing, not brand awareness theater. Think about it this way. If you have a list of 200 dream customers, why are you creating generic content hoping maybe 5 of them see it? Instead, create content that speaks directly to the problems those specific companies are facing. Tag them when relevant, comment on their post, share their content with added insights. The goal isn't to go viral or build a massive following. It's to build relationship with the exact people who can buy from you. When you create content with this level of specificity, something different happens. You are not trying to appeal to everyone. You are demonstrating expertise on the exact challenges your ideal customers face. And when those specific decision makers engage with your content multiple times, when they see you consistently showing up with valuable perspectives in their feed, you are building credibility and familiarity in a way that actually actually matters. That is when your outreach actually works. Because when you send that LinkedIn message or email, you are not a random stranger. They have seen your name. They have read your text. They might have even engaged with something you posted. When you reach out at that point, your response rates and meeting rates are dramatically higher. Some people worry this doesn't scale or that it is too narrow. And yes, it is narrow. But here is the reality. That broad audience building approach isn't driving revenue anyway. You don't need 100,000 followers. You need relationships with a few hundred of the right people. The difference is whether you are creating content strategically for decision makers who can actually buy from you, or creating content for an algorithm that doesn't care about your business goals. When you approach social media this way, you are not playing the engagement game. You are using social media as a tool to warm up your entire sales funnel. When your sales team reaches out to prospects who have been seeing your content for months, those conversations start completely differently. The key takeaway here is this: social media marketing still has a place in your strategy, but it works best when you stop optimizing for vanity metrics and start optimizing for relation building with specific target accounts. Use social media to position yourself as a trusted voice in your space. Use it to engage directly with decision makers. Use it as a warming mechanism that makes every other channel work better. Social media hasn't died as a B2B channel. It has just evolved beyond follower counts and engagement rates. And if you adjust your strategy to focus on the people who actually matter to your business, you will see much better results. If you want more strategies like this, I break down what is working in modern marketing regularly. Check out the other videos on this channel. Before you click away, there is one more thing you need to understand, and it ties directly into everything we just talked about. A lot of founders watch videos like this, fix their social strategy, tighten their targeting, improve their messaging, and then still feel frustrated a few months later. Not because the strategy is wrong, but because they expect growth to look clean, smooth, and linear. It never does. Scaling a real business is messy. One month things click, the next month everything feels broken. Leads slow down, engagement drops, deals stall, and your instinct is to assume something isn't working, so you switch strategies again. That's the same trap people fall into with social media, with outbound, with ads. They confuse normal chaos with failure. I've made a separate video breaking this down in detail. Why scaling is inherently non-linear, why progress comes in bursts instead of straight lines, and why most founders abandon strategies right before they start compounding. If you have ever felt like you are doing the right things but not seeing consistent results yet, that video will give you a completely different mental model for growth. So if social media feels broken, if outreach feels inconsistent, if scaling feels harder than it should be, don't jump to another tactic yet. Watch that video next. I'll help you see whether the problem is actually your strategy or your expectations of how growth works. I'll see you there.